In this video, we're going to talk about percent problems that involve percent increase and percent decrease. And one of the things I'd like to point out is that we're really talking about the percent of change. And I'm going to allow this little formula down here in green to represent the change. And then I'm going to have the sign of that change tell me whether it's going to be an increase or a decrease. Now, as I've looked through a few different books and talked to people, most of the time the questions are, what percent of decrease is this, or what percent of increase is this? Well, this is kind of to do it in a way that you don't know. And so you just allow the math to tell you what's really going on. So, what you're going to do is you're going to take your ending amount, whatever the thing is that you're measuring. Take your ending amount and your beginning amount, and you're just going to subtract your beginning from your ending. When you get that is the amount of change that happened. But the percent change compares that with the beginning amount, and so you divide it by the beginning amount. And for the percent, you multiply by 100%. You're going to get a decimal if you just leave it. So let's kind of take a look at it and see what happens here. Okay, in this particular example, I make $30.04 an hour. If I complete a master's degree, I receive a pay increase of 3.6%. So how much would I make per hour if I complete a master's degree? Okay, so there are a couple different ways you can do this, and I'm going to kind of go, I guess what I would refer to as the common sense way first, and then I'll show you how it works with this particular formula. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use the common sense way. If I start out at $30.04 an hour, I'm going to increase my pay by 3.6% of $30.04 an hour. And that's going to give me what I would make per hour. So all you have to do is take 3.6% of 30.04 and add that to your original amount, and that's what you get. So if I grab my handy-dandy little calculator here, 30.04 plus 0.036 times 30.04 is going to give us $31.12. $31.12. Okay, and so that's one of the ways to look at it. The other way that I tend to look at it is I use this exact thing here. Now I put in my percent change. Okay, this is 3.6 equals, what is my ending amount? I don't know. And so I make that a variable. Subtract off my beginning amount. I divide that by my beginning amount. And I multiply by 100. Okay, so there are a couple of different ways that you can go about doing this. If you have not dealt with algebra before, you may want to go ahead and use the more commonsensical way of doing this. Okay, if you have used algebra before, you can always use what's in purple here. And so I'm just going to keep working with this. I'm going to start off by dividing by 100, and that's just going to get rid of that multiplication. And so multiplying by 100, dividing by 100, that just goes away. And I get 0.036 is equal to x minus 30.04 divided by 30.04. I'm going to multiply at this point, both sides, by 30.04. What this is going to do is this is going to allow me to cancel what's on the bottom. Any number divided by something times that something. And so I've got a number divided by itself is 1. It's just that number, that stuff left on top. So I take 30.04 times 0.036. That's going to give me 1.08144. And because it terminates, I'm going to take them all out. Normally I don't use that many decimals. Okay, that's going to give me x minus $30.04. Add $30.04 to both sides. And so I've really got, if I add $30.04 to both sides, then this is going to cancel here, and I get x is equal to 31.12. Either way, you get the job done. And so if you have an algebra background, yes, you can go through the, it seems like a lot of extra rigmarole, but it's actually kind of easy. You can check your own answer. And so it's a good way to just practice your algebra skills. I'm going to go ahead and advocate for the top. It shows a better understanding, I think, rather than a memorization. And so if you experience an increase, then you know you're going to add to it by some percentage of what you started with.